Kayfun version 5. I'm going to completely disassemble it. I've been using this for about 6 months, and it's just not how I remembered it. So I want to tear it all down, clean it, completely disassemble it, completely clean everything, rebuild it back together, and get it back to the flavor machine that it once was. Hope you enjoy. Alright, so here we go, guys. My Kayfun V5. I'm going to start to disassemble it. This tank I rebuilt maybe 2-3 days ago, so the cotton might be pretty grimy. We'll see. Anyways, that's one part there. That's the top piece there. And this guy just unscrews. Yeah, that griminess. See if I can pop this. See, don't over tighten your stuff. There's no need. Just get a hand tight, and then you're good to go. The glass. Be careful with that guy. There's our chimney section. Now, here's the piece. You can see she's pretty beat up. A couple of days of running some juice through her. I rock 6 next to, so it's a little bit thicker. But I get my screwdrivers here, and first thing I'm going to do is pull the coil out. So I yank out this guy here. I'm just going to pull the screws all the way out for this demonstration here. So yank those guys out, the coil will just fall right out. And then, so inside of here is where I really want to get cleaned out, because I feel like there's probably some gunk and stuff in there, because I'm not finding the same flavor and whatnot that I used to have. As I said, I used this for about 6 months straight. So what we need is a flat first, and we'll pull the 510 pin out right here. Just unscrews. There she is. Then the airflow plate will come off, and the bottom piece. So I got those guys. Then you see that little nut right there. It's a 5 mil. So I just happen to have this little. This will release the insulator in one of the posts. So let's see if I got it. Yeah, I think I got it, guys. We'll pull this guy out. Still juicy. Should have dried it off. But there's the positive pin, the insulator. Yank that out, and then now this should pop out. Might need a little bit of help here. We'll just get up underneath the leads to hold the wires and pop that out, and then I'll pop out my little piece of insulation right here. I'm gonna get a smaller screwdriver. See if I can get up underneath there. I can't. I'm having some problems, so I might be able to pop it up from the bottom. There we go. So there's my little insulator, and I'm sure, I don't know if it'll focus, but I'm sure down inside there's going to be a substantial amount of crap to come out. So I will get all this in the water, clean everything up, and then I'll come back to put it all back together. But that's a Kayfun 5 completely disassembled. Yeah, so give me a couple minutes here. I'll be right back, and we'll put her back together and throw a build in her. Alright, so I'm still just cleaning her here, but one of my favorite things to use is a Q-tip. Like, you're cleaning out the chimney, just run a Q-tip in there. It'll go all the way up to the top, and pull it back out, and see? And I find Q-tips work really good, so that could be a good tip for you guys. I'm just about to clean out the center. I'll just finish up getting the 510 pin clean here, and yeah, make sure you get, that's where your air comes in over here. So I'll make sure I'll clean these guys off really well. I'm actually going to dump everything into my bucket of water here, take it all out, dry it, and then yeah, everything should be good, and we'll come back and we'll put it all back together. And I've got everything cleaned up, so we'll just quickly, those are all the pieces, we'll just put it back together here. So positive pin just clips into the insulator there, and then we will put the 510 pin up through where it stays in the insulator there. I think we got it caught. Make sure everything looks good here. I like it. We will final resting place it. There we are. So we got our pin back in. As you can see, it's much cleaner than it was now. And the back is all back together. So next up, we will install our airflow control ring here. And I'm going to set it up with the airflow just on number 4 to start. And then on the side there, see those little dots? 4, line 4, right there. And everything will screw back in together. So we'll put our pin back in. Drop our pin down, tighten it up. And then this will give us our 510 connection here. Just tighten her up a little bit. There we are. So we got that back together. Airflow is working. Change to 3, it's locking. Back to 2, it's locking. But now we'll assemble the top part. You need your glass, chimney section, top cap part. Just screws on. Don't make stuff too tight. You want to take it apart again. So that's ready to go. And then our drip tip is 2-piece construction. We'll screw that back together and just plunk it in, and then we're ready to go. I made a coil. It's just some 26 gauge nichrome 80, and yeah, I'm just gonna slap her in. This is what I like: 6 wrap, 5 wrap over 3mm. So first things first, I'll just get my set screws for my wires back in here, just a little bit. And then this side, it doesn't want to, I think I got it, yep. And then this side, just a little bit. And then when I build this, I run the leads from the bottom on one side, on both sides actually. And I like it low, so I'll put it in, get it right over the airflow, and then hold it down, and then I will wrap my lead around. I find it easier and you get less shorts if you come around and just go underneath there. So I'll just get her started here because she's up miles high. So when she comes down a bit there, I will, there we go. That's about where I like it, how I like it. See, and then just crank her down. She's in there good. Same thing with the other side. See, now I will cut my lead off on the side here, so I have nothing sticking out the back to cause interference or possibly short out my my device. So I'll just wrap this guy around, make sure it's all the way down. I like it all the way down. And just tighten that. And a couple of turns, and you can see here the wires starting to come around. So she's in there good enough now. There we go, that little clip. And you can see she's all the way around. I'll just tighten her down. Tighten down the other side. And pull those leads out. There we are. I'll lift her up just a tiny bit. And I think I want to move it just a bit that way. Alright, So there, you can see I like them low. So she's in there now, and I'm just gonna, oh, see, she came loose on me. We'll get it tightened back up. Make sure that doesn't happen. And I'll just do the good old gonzo. That's one side. See, I like breaking them this way too, because see how the coil is moving? I know I don't have a good connection. So, get in there, crank her down. Just put my coil back where I had it. Right about there. And a couple of turns. There we go. She's all nice, put back together. We'll get her on a mod and get some heat on her, work out the kinks, throw a little bit of con bacon in it, and got my trusty vapor flask stout. As you can see, it's been through a bit. I've been using this on the daily for quite a while now too. So we'll just screw our Kayfun V5 into the top there, check our resistance, 0.66, and it's at 13 watts. That's about usually where I vape. I'm gonna gently introduce wattage into it. I don't wanna fry a lead or anything here. So she looks like she's heating up good. I like it. So I got a little piece of cotton bacon here. I pre-tore. It feels like it's just a little bit too thick. So we'll pull a tiny bit off and just discard it over on the side here. Move that back a bit here, and then just give it a quick roll. Get this nice and thin. Pull off all the fluffs here. You know, that stuff that comes off. And I still think it might be just a smidge too big. So, actually, you know what? This piece here is probably perfect for my coil. I'll get the end gone. There we go. Get some scissors and just right on the edge there. Right on the edge there. Get rid of this stuff from the side here. And then now, I just like to fluff this up and tuck it in a little bit by a little bit here. Until we get her all in. And then tuck that. There we are. I'm happy with that. Make sure my air is open on that side. And then just get that into there. There we are. Ready for a bit of juice. So a little bit of custard here. We'll just up on top, let it sit for a second, and then I like to fire the button. You can kind of see the juice just soak in. See? Kind of just sucks it right into the cotton. Find this much quicker, and then it's ready to go as soon as you fill her up after. Get it going here. Put a big glob. Look at that, sucks it right in. Looks like she's, for what I want to do, she's in good shape. I can see all of my air is open underneath. It's fully saturated now. We'll get the tank compartment up on top. Just screw her down, close the juice flow. And then now it's just a matter of filling her up and having a vape. Alright guys, got the Kayfun V5 all back together. Very happy with the results. Cleaned it, everything came out great. It's a little tricky getting all back together. A lot of parts in this device. I'm not sure how many there were, but there was a ton, and I needed a socket, so that's the first. Um, but yeah, glad I did it. Definitely recommend cleaning your Kayfun V5. You've been vaping on her daily for 5 months, tearing her apart and dunking her into water, a couple of Q-tips, and brings her right back to brand new. So a couple of toots, just 13 watts. All the flavors back just like I remember. Well, that's all for now, and until next time, thanks for watching. Just looking at the airflow control piece here too, and let's see here. I was thinking, see, that's the biggest airflow. That's where I rock it on, and I was thinking maybe I'll figure out some way to mod this where I can get rid of this piece of metal to allow a little bit more air. Um, I've been using this for 6 months the way it is, and I am happy with it. So I don't know if I'm gonna mess with it. I'm gonna have to think about that one.